um, how do you define superbikes now? So superbikes earlier ऐसा था कि anything above 400 cc was a superbike or multi-cylinder motorcycle was a superbike. Now what I feel, um, anything over 800 cc is a superbike because I would not still categorize 650 cc मैं नहीं categorize
हाथी मत
करूँगा.
पालो.
हाँ, kind of. So I still believe that the 650 cc is a mid segment. Superbikes are superbikes. Now superbikes को खरीदने के लिए aspects जो customers सोचते हैं is not always top speed and acceleration. Those are very limited to certain style of motorcycles only, which is naked and sports, super sports. There is another segment called adventure. There is another segment called cruisers. There is another segment called tourers. And there is another segment also in that called which is sports tourers. Right? So what is your your so speed, acceleration, spirited riding is your thing, and then you end up buying a 1800 cc cruiser bike is not going to वो फिर वो तालमेल गलत है.
Absolutely.
You need to buy something light. You need to buy something where
Exactly.
it's
People are yet confused
Correct.
with कि they are like there's a this very strong mentality
yeah.
कि उस बाइक में सीसी ज्यादा है. That
तो
means
हाँ,
कि उसका performance
Correct.
ज्यादा होगा.
correct. So
this is a very wrong mentality, by the way,
This
but
is very funny. Since I work with Triumph, I'll give an example with it. So people looking at the rocket, they will look at because it's named the rocket. Rocket. तो rocket को देख के लोग rocket ऐसा it's a big humongous 2500 cc engine.
Absolutely.
And the next
The biggest
thing,
manufacturing
So
motorcycle.
when they look at the motorcycle, they're in awe of it because of the whole sheer size, the fat tires and very muscle like motorcycle.
It is as well,
It's a muscle
muscle
motorcycle.
cruiser.
Muscle
Yep,
cruiser, yes,
muscle
it's a
cruiser.
muscle cruiser. Like so, the next question when they ask is like कि तो 200-300 जाती होगी ना ऐसा. And I was like, no, I mean, yes, it does.
This is not a Hayabusa.
It's exactly. So it's not meant to do that. But if you want to do it, you can, but not reach 300, of course. But it does about 200. It does about 210, and post which it's going to get difficult for you also to move ahead of that speed. So somewhere the whole mindset of a person is such that ke bigger the engine, more faster the engine, which is not the case. Because I have known motorcycles which are 1700 cc, but just churning out about 80 horsepower and weighing 333 kgs.
उसका फिर सामने टॉर्क ज्यादा होता
टॉर्क है, but then so nowadays people looking for people not only looking for acceleration and speed. The consumer has got really intelligent. He knows what he's buying. Especially people buying a 800 plus cc motorcycle. As a salesperson, we always we try to narrow it down to a option. But nowadays they narrow it down for themselves by मेरे को क्या चाहिए, will I be comfortable? Like, see, for example, if I am talking about a person who's around or between the age of 35 to 40, let's say, what do you think? What is his chances that he's going to buy a super sport motorcycle? क्या लग रहा है?
Probably very less, because what I have seen is there is a trend in buying a super sports we are talking about, right? So there is this trend what I have observed कि young लोगों को in their very young age, let's say till or below 30, लोगों को एक सुपर स्पोर्ट्स मशीन चाहिए या फिर नेकेड चाहिए.
Correct.
After 30, there are very less amount of people.
Correct.
जो मैं शायद ऐसे कह सकता हूँ कि जिनके बहुत बरसों की तमन्ना थी कि यार
जी
एक सुपर स्पोर्ट्स फुल्ली फेड
हाँ
मोटरसाइकिल चाहिए,
ले
इवन
करेक्ट
इन अवर दिस रीजन ऑफ गुजरात, राइट? Fully fade motorcycles are anytime hot selling cakes,
करेक्ट
right? So एक इस एज के लिए या फिर इस एज के बिलो, right, people want super sports, but once they hit the 30 or slightly 35 or above, they get with this maturity के यार इसमें वो
राइट
उतना कंफर्ट और ये जिस चीज के लिए पर्पस बिल्ड है, वो मेरे लिए शायद उतना पर्पस फिट नहीं है अभी।
करेक्ट
सो दैट्स द थिंग।
तो वो हो सकता है कि इट्स नॉट दैट एवरीबडी वांट्स टू गेट दैट बट ये है कि यस they would funnel it down कि my requirement is that I am riding in मेरा एक friend circle है जिसमें a certain set of motorcycles है and I'm comfortable with that. So they would like probably narrow it down कि यार मेरा ये है मेरा ऐसा है I'm at this age now. I want something that I can ride it comfortably and I can enjoy riding. मेरा ऐसा फास्ट नहीं, हम लोग सब mature लोग हैं. We are riding at around uh, the regular
that
cruising
audience
speeds.
yeah, that audience might like to hit classic or adventure.
Classic, adventure, cruiser,
Cruisers is like
tourer. So they have that segment is pretty much a lot of options there.
absolutely.
But person looking again will come to okay, no, I am I want to take it to the track. I want something fast. I want to do track days. ये करना है वो करना है. मैं एक स्लिक टायर का भी सेट लेके रखूंगा. सब तो then pitching them a wrong kind of motorcycle is not going to work. So he is very
Absolutely.
fixated. So customers now are very fixated. They know what they want. They know their options also. कि ये नहीं मिलेगा तो ये ले लूंगा. मेरे को इस दोनों के बीच में confusion है. And it is very clear. Very clear. Customers are now very clear.
Very clear. But apart from that, the main point which I think for purchasing a big bike, if we not talk specially of super sports, okay, तो मुझे कहीं ना कहीं ये लगता है कि आपका एक दूसरा रीजन ये होना चाहिए कि अगर आप लॉन्ग हाईवे रन्स कर रहे हो स्पेशली, तो आपकी मोटरसाइकिल कितना आपको एफर्टलेसली उतना लॉन्ग हाईवे रन्स में, लाइक देयर इज अ डिफरेंस if you take a 300cc 400cc motorcycle for a long highway run for the entire day, तो आपको जो उसमें से फटीक यू फील, राइट, जो आपको थकान महसूस होती है, जो जर्क्स एंड एवरीथिंग यू फील, आपको कांस्टेंट थ्रॉटल भी you have to keep it like this 100 120, even if it is clocking 150 160, but still uska you have to constantly keep the throttle wide open, तो एक उसका एक फटीक होता है. बट वेयर एल्स इफ यू आर what you said like क्रॉस कंट्री, राइट, तो आपको जैसे क्रॉस कंट्री करना है या फिर आपको लॉन्ग हाईवे रन्स करना है या फिर आपको अगर ऐसा करना है, तो ऐसे सिनेरियोज में भी आई गेस दैट इट विल बी मच मोर हेल्पफुल फॉर यू,
Correct.
apart from that top
True.
speed and
True.
acceleration as well.
True.
Right? So that is also a point कि अगर आपका कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा पर्सपेक्टिव है कि मुझे इसको लेके लॉन्ग टूरिंग या करना है, तो एफर्टलेस इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट जिसको आप हिट कर सकते हो.
True. It is absolutely true.
So coming to next question, for small motorcycles,
Yes.
that what are the most hot selling cakes that you have observed or you are observing in this current age of smart cc entry segment motorcycles?
Okay, so
Let's say top 4 or top 5.
top 5. Okay, so 350 450 is like the buzzing, the most
As people are upgrading, like पहले वो एक दौर था when there are no super bikes in India. So at that time 2 strokes were there.
2-stroke era.
Yes. And I'm so feeling lucky that I yet have 2-stroke motorcycles. And so coming again to the point, कि at that time 100cc was even sufficient, and it was like everyone, not everyone, but almost, a person who aims to buy a motorcycle could buy it.
Correct.
Okay, and that was a huge trend, and 100cc was booming. After that, Pulsar era came, like 150cc, 180cc. That was the next trend. Uske baad 200cc, quarter cc
Correct.
segment. Quarter cc segment, by the way, I you must be knowing this as well, ke abhi bhi Malaysia side or Indonesia mein
Malaysia
250
250 are
cc
doing
is
crazy.
crazy, yet it is going crazy. Even they have more bigger options, but somehow due to taxation, and
Yeah.
they know कि उनका
It
necessity
is,
क्या
it
है.
is stupendously expensive to buy a liter class motorcycle in
Absolutely.
that part of town.
Absolutely.
In that part of the world, it is crazy expensive.
Crazy expensive.
It is, the 250 cc's are, oh my god, what
Yes.
options you have.
So because of the taxation and because of this mentality and the awareness, right awareness कि हाँ मेरे लिए ये 250cc, so it is yet going on. But यहाँ पे in India, if we compare, तो यहाँ पे it's growing.
Correct.
Like even Duke introduced their quarter cc 250, and even if they were having 200 and 390, because of India, they probably also introduced that Duke 125 and stuff.
Yes.
For people who can
Yeah.
can't yet afford, who yet want a smaller motorcycle. But even after this, abhi ka jo trend hai, it's like 300cc and 400cc, so it's like bare minimum. Everyone thinks कि यार उतना नहीं लिया तो क्या लिया.
क्या हुआ. Correct. So yeah, that is the segment right now. Buzzing hai. See, every manufacturer has an option of in that segment. Every manufacturer has a motorcycle in that segment now. So there is Royal Enfield, which is like dominating the whole cruiser segment in the 350 400s, 350s. Then there is Triumph that has come up with a Speed 400 and a Scrambler 400. The funny part is that
absolutely, purpose built machines. I think, sorry to interrupt you once again, but I think that Triumph Scrambler and Speed 400, okay, because I have driven it a lot, and you know that thing, right? So that two machines, and uske alawa BMW 310R, 310 GS and 310 RR, but 310 RR को मैं थोड़ा सा पीछे लाना चाहूंगा, बट 310R and 310 GS, ये चार मोटरसाइकिल तो मेरे हिसाब से दिस आर द परफेक्ट पर्पस बिल्ड मशीन्स. But as per my experience, these are the most purpose built machines. I'm yet not suggesting or telling you anything about the hot selling kicks, but yes, this was my perception.
Correct.
So please continue. You were saying
Yes.
about Triumphs.
So Triumph, they came up with the Speed and the Scrambler 400cc engines, built-in motorcycles. One of the manufacturers also tried their hand at a Scrambler, but probably could not get the right connect with the riders. I think that was YSD Scrambler. YSD came up with a Scrambler. YSD came up also with an Adventure, and YSD came up with another roadster motorcycle. And then there is Java, which is another. But the Scrambler that got connected to the masses was the Triumph one. So I can say Triumph in the Scrambler segment, I think there is no competition to the motorcycle, because there is none. Honestly, there is none.
At least in this segment,
in the segment of 400, yes, there is no.
And I agree.
Yes,